Hi guys, I'm Hayden Crawford from numerologist.com and I'm a wellness coach specialising in colour therapy. Today I'm going to be revealing 10 shockingly obvious reptilian traits. These days, more and more of us are waking up to the probability that we have starry origins. While some of us align deeply with the Pleiadians, others feel that we may have come through the Sirian Stargate. It's actually quite comfortable to feel that we align with some of the ones we perceive as being the good guys. But what if we self-identify with some of the more unsavoury races? Have you ever considered that you may have reptilian origins? These misjudged beings are also known as the Dracos, the Reptoids, and also the Shapeshifters. Unfortunately, we only ever really hear about the negative, lower frequency ones. But it's also important to remember that there are those that have climbed up the vibrational ladder. Do you remember my previous video on our Anunnaki origins? Well, look, to recap, according to Sumerian text, the Anunnaki, who also may have had reptilian blood, created 3 types of mankind through genetic manipulation. Not only does science reveal that only 20 of our 64 codons in our DNA are active, but also that we only have 46 chromosomes, which is completely different to other primates who have 48. It appears that the first 2 chromosomes have kind of fused together, which may explain some of the genetic manipulation carried out by the Anunnaki. The Alpha Draconians are the oldest known reptilian race in our galaxy. They come from the Alpha Draconis system, which is in the Orion constellation, and they are very negative and powerful beings. This very large population has been around for millions and millions of years, and they keep reincarnating in the same families time and time again, which makes them more and more powerful. Now, they tend to indoctrinate their children into satanic worship and any form of elite groups and practices that they're involved with are extremely dark and sinister. Horrifically, their rigid agenda is to enslave the rest of the universe through death, destruction, and control. Now, they believe that those that they perceive to be less fortunate than them were meant to be slaves. They have literally turned their back on God and want to keep humanity away from waking up to their authentic truth and their soul power. Dracos are capable of shape-shifting and have highly developed psionic abilities, which enables them to be able to enter bodies through consciousness projection. The Draconians from Alpha Draconis are in command of the subterranean Earth-based Reptilians, who respect them as they believe that they have ownership of the Earth and of all of the people. Draco Reptilians view themselves as the most highly developed species in the entire universe, and that Earth humans are merely the result of a biological seeding process from multiple planets. Today we know them as the Illuminati, but they're also known as the Cabal, the Mafia, the Banksters and Satanists. They are extremely manipulative, deceptive and mind-controlling individuals, and they're enmeshed in the fabric of the world media, banking, politics and even charities, and they are the epitome of pure evil. They use mass media to program and enslave humanity into their web of lies. Meanwhile, they own every central bank and are slowly controlling people by getting them into horrific debt. They have a master plan. This is what you've got to understand, is everything that they're involved in is slowly depleting away our energy, and it's keeping us small and living in their control matrix. It's part of the Orion matrix, and we have to wake up to this so that we can re-empower ourselves to become the bright stars that we're actually born here to be. They have financed every single war on this planet, and they just simply destroy any resistance to their plans. But do you have any reptilian traits? Now, please remember that if you are demonstrating these symptoms and signs, then it doesn't necessarily mean that you're an evil person. Remember, there's good and bad in every single race on the planet and intergalactically. Let's take a look at them now. Number 1 is that they are intelligent, wise and analytical. Their sharp minds lend them well to careers in science and maths, and actually do really well as professors in ancient history. Number 2 is that they're cold-blooded. Reptiles have cold blood, and so do reptilians. They actually prefer warmer climates, or maybe they don't need as many blankets on their bed at night time when they sleep. Number 3 is that they are dominant, assertive and strategic. These dynamic characteristics serve them well in the political world, and in fact in any profession where they have to implement a strategy to achieve a successful outcome. Number 4 is that they are night owls. Now, some reptiles prefer to remain hidden during the day and only come out at night because of light sensitivity. Now, the same applies to the reptilians. They are far more likely to be seen out at night rather than bathing in the sunshine during the day. Number 5 is that they are observant, persuasive and calculated. Now, reptilians love to watch the world like a hawk. They can convince just about anyone to do or think exactly what they want them to do. This could be part of their ingrained programming that makes them feel in control. Number 6 is an extra vertebrae. Now, this is an interesting one because it's an actual physical characteristic. So if you have been born with a transitional vertebrae, or a cauda as it's otherwise known, then you may be a reptilian. Number 7 is that they are direct, witty and charismatic. Their enigmatic, likeable personalities lend them really well in the acting professions, and because they're so likeable, they are often given golden opportunities in starring roles in the movies or on television. Number 8 is that they are paranoid, sceptical and fearful. Now, each and every single one of us has a part of our mind called the reptilian brain, and it's responsible for the fight or flight response. And it's generally based around fear-evoking actions. Now, mainstream media targets this part of our brain when we're sucked into all of that really grotty propaganda. And finally, number 9 is that they have low blood pressure, Rh type. Now, compared to other mammals, reptiles have low blood pressure, so it stands to reason that reptilians should be the same. Now, Rh blood type is only actually available in around about sort of 5% of the world's population. And this blood type is said to be kind of watched over by the Alpha Draconians because they want to kind of keep an eye on what's going on with them. It was only really introduced into Europe around about 25 to 35,000 years ago, so it's a very rare blood type indeed. Well, tell me, which ones did you resonate with today? Do you see many of them in yourself, or just a relative few? Whatever way, remember what I said earlier on. It doesn't mean you're evil or bad if you're displaying a lot of these characteristics. Remember to watch my next video and also subscribe to this channel. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.